You're going to click like and subscribe. It's the least you could do. I'm getting arrested for you. Love me or hate me, I've done a lot of shit. They'll be like, yo, what's up? And I'll be like, oh, oh. This is a message to the boys and the young men out there. You can't put your pee-pee in a whore these days. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another very special episode. We call it very special episode of the Donald J. Trump podcast. And first off, right before we get to the big news, right, the elephant in the room. You can call it the elephant. You can call it whatever you want, but I call it dominating the news cycle once again. Right? I said when I got in, they didn't want to cover Trump. They didn't want to cover. They all mocked me. You got the lunatics over at Fox News. Oh, some guy with the wig. I don't wear it. This is real hair. Okay, believe me. They've been saying this since since The Apprentice. Ever since I was deciding whether I wanted to fire Meatloaf or LaToya Jackson or Gary Busey, but they go after the hair. They didn't want to cover Trump. I said last week, remember the first time I ran, I said I could shoot somebody. I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot someone, and I wouldn't lose support. Well, now I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody, and I wouldn't get coverage. But now they can't avoid it because this lunatic in New York, Bragg, right? They call him Alvin Bragg. And I called him racist. But really, I mean, what is he? They call him black. That's not black. He looks Dominican, right? People outside of the New York area, they don't see a lot of Dominicans. Dominicans, it's like they don't know what they are. They don't even know what they are. But, and really, I don't see race. I see weight before race. I just see a guy with an incredibly fat face. Producer, put his face up there. Put his face up. Let's turn down the volume a little. There we go. Put his face up. That's a fat face, okay? That's a fat face. And look, am I the slimmest guy in the world? I could eat a few less calories, carbs, whatever you want to call it, some fats, but I don't look like that. If I looked like that, I would go to a doctor and be like, give me the lap band, okay? I mean, this guy's seriously overweight. They say emotional eater, and but look, they're coming after me, and I say bring it on. Right? My kids, they listen to hip-hop in the 90s. They listen to the hip-hop, whether it's Tupac or Biggie, and they say when they would get arrested or get shot, they would just sell more records, and that's me, okay? Getting arrested is only going to make me more powerful, and I'd come in there, and I've been watching movies, okay? I watched Shawshank. If I have to, let's say they convict me. God, they're not going to convict me. But let's say they did. I'm still going to win. Like I've said this on previous episodes, I could run the country from prison, and I could do it so strongly, and I could escape. I've seen Shawshank, and frankly, you can call it Andy Dufresne or whatever you want to call it, but I would get out of there, and I would get out of there so bigly. I mean, Ron DeSantis, that guy, can you imagine him he's a nerd. Nerds don't get arrested. Cool people get arrested. And I'm not glorifying getting arrested. It's not crazy. You don't want to get arrested. Nobody wants to get arrested. Do I want to get arrested? I don't want to get arrested. By the way, if you believe in me, and really they're arresting you. If they arrest me, they're arresting you. They're not arresting me, they're arresting you. If you're watching this right now, you're under arrest. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do will be held against you in a court of law, and really, it's really horrifying. It's like that lunatic Jamie Lee Curtis. She won the Oscar. She said, I'm not winning this Oscar. You're all winning the Oscar. You sitting there, you're winning an Oscar. No, you're the one standing on stage holding a golden statue in your hand. You won the Oscar. But in this case, they're not arresting me. I've got resources. I've got Secret Service protection, but they're arresting you because they hate you. And they hate you so bigly, so strongly. The globalists, all the people, they're funding it so rigged. But we're going to come back. And I'm going to walk in there in that cell, and they say they're going to fingerprint me. They're going to fingerprint. Could you imagine that? Fingerprint is if you run off. Oh, we got to check his fingerprints. Oh, who's running off? And even if, first off, I'm a president. They know I'm at Mar-a-Lago. They know my schedule. I've got Secret Service. But even if I ran off, how can I hide? I can't hide. I have an imposing presence. Nobody's got a presence like I have a presence. That's why people watch this show. And they watch, and if you look at the numbers, this show is doing so big. So please, don't forget. Click like. You're going to click like and subscribe. It's the least you could do. I'm getting arrested for you, okay? You can call it martyr. You can call it whatever you want. I'm getting arrested for you. So click like and be sure to subscribe. And subscribe so strongly. And what was I even saying? I'm so passionate. I'm so passionate. Oh, fingerprints, right. So I can't blend it. I can't hide. I can't hide. What do they think? I'm a flight risk? I'm not leaving this country. I'm taking back this country. I'm taking back the country. But you've got Bragg, and he's a horrible guy. I mean, worse than horrible. I mean, you got politicians committing crimes all over the place. You look at Hillary, crooked Hillary, with the emails, and they say, oh, maybe you shouldn't have led those chants. Lock her up, lock her up. No, I'm doing a rally on Saturday. I'm going to bring lock her up back tenfold. Lock them all up, okay? You gotta lock everybody up. They came after me with the documents, the fake documents. Russia, Russia, Russia. And now you've got Biden. Documents everywhere. He goes to the bathroom. He's wiping his butt. He's using a document. He wakes up. He opens his eyes. A document falls on his face. His son, Hunter, is using documents to roll up weed mixed with crack, right? Weed mixed with crack. Such a disgrace. I mean, Lori Lightfoot, look at Lori Lightfoot. I've been saying, I come on this show every week and I say, Lori's out there doing drive-by shootings. She's killing young African American men. She's going out. And you see those eyes. And that's another one. They talk race. They say Trump is racist. They say she's black. Is she black? I saw her as, I don't even know if she's human. If you look at that face, she looks like Beetlejuice, sort of a zombie from beyond. From beyond, right? Some sort of a ghost creature. But, and Lightfoot, I thought she was like a Native American, Iroquois, Chappaqua Indian. But Lori, forget, because I don't see color. And the blacks, the African Americans, they love me. And they're going to love me in the clink, okay? When I get to that clink, you're not going to believe it. I've been watching DMX videos, right? I'm going to get in there. DMX, he takes his shirt off. I'm going to rip my shirt off and start barking, right? Oh, oh! Like DMX, they're not going to know what hit them. They'll be like, yo, what's up? And I'll be like, oh, oh! And they'll know not to mess with Trump. And I'll do it all. I'll bite people. I'm not afraid to bite. I watch UFC. I watch it all. I watch boxing. I watch all the stuff. Okay? I've been talking to Mike Tyson. Remember, I defended Iron Mike. I defended him against those bogus charges, right? They said he did something very not good. I don't want to say the word on YouTube. Certain words you can't say, right? So much for our First Amendment, but it rhymes with grape, and it starts with an R. And that's another. I'm not afraid to do that either in jail. I'm not afraid because it shows your dominance in there. It's a sick world in there, but if I have to do that, it's called dominate, right? You got to dominate the other men so they don't mess with you. But we're winning so big. And look, I'm going to show you some of the many punishable offenses other politicians have done. I'm going to show you a video. Lori Lightfoot should have gone to jail just for this. Take a look at this.
Yeah, that's Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot coming out in full costume, cape and mask as the Rona, as in Corona destroyer, handing out candy to reporters and staff at her daily news conference. Trick-or-treaters will be asked to stay in groups of 6 or fewer there, avoid sticking their hands into any candy bowls, and of course, wear a mask with a mask over your mask.
Wear a mask with a mask over the mask. These people are sick. That's mental illness. If you look at Lori there, Lori Lightfoot, Lightfoot. I mean, right there. Forget the shootings. This woman has committed capital murder. But I think that's even worse if you want to know the truth. Because she's shutting down all the businesses, right? And that's even more sick. It's called a pylon. You can't go to work. You can't earn a living. You can't, if you've got a small business, you have to close it. You can't go to school, so she doesn't want anyone to get an education. Now she's going to shoot you. Boom, boom, bing, bang, boom, bang, bing, bang, boom. She's shooting everyone, and then she says, oh, now I'm going to dress up. Now we're going to play dress up. Like with children, playing dollhouse, and I'm Rona the Destroyer. I'm Rona the Destroyer, okay? I was in the White House making critical decisions, and believe me, it wasn't easy, but at least I didn't dress up like a Halloween, like I'm in a Disney World parade, right? There's another beauty, Disney, but You know. And then you've got Ron DeSantis sitting on his high horse saying, oh, I don't know anything about, I can't speak on paying porn stars. Look, I never, look. I never slept with horseface Stormy Daniels, but even if I did, okay, even if I did, maybe I did, even if I did, but I didn't. But let's say I did, which I did not, but maybe if I did. I mean, she's got, it was 18 years ago. She had very large breasts. She looked easy. She was very, look, let's say I did, okay? This is a message to the boys and the young men out there. You can't put your pee-pee in a whore these days. Back in the day, you could do whatever you want. No, women, let's be honest. Society didn't even really care about women until about 15 years ago. But now they've course corrected. They've got power, and now they could say anything. They could do anything. They could see the way to your bank account, the way to your soul, and the way really to your freedom. They want to take away your freedom. They could put you. They're gonna lock me up. Could you imagine they're fingerprinting Donald Trump's, and they're gonna see my fingerprints, and they're gonna say, "I've never seen fingerprints like this." Okay, unbelievable. Seriously, my fingers. I have tremendous fingers. Remember, they hit my hands. I have huge hands, huge fingerprints. Excuse me. I'm coughing because I'm so passionate. I might die. I might die fighting. I might die. They have me like Braveheart, like Mel Gibson, right? So passionate. I'll die for my country. I'm this close. Jail, right? They'll try this. And they want to arrest me in like 4 other places, but I'll keep fighting. They don't know what the hell to do. They've got Sleepy Joe. I put up a post. I said, all he does is eat, sleep, and shit. Look at that. That's what I said. Look at that. Look at that, Truth Social. But which, by the way, Truth Social is doing so good. Billions and billions of users. But, and then you got Ron DeSantis, who I also had another post. We'll put that up. Take a look at that post, right? Because Ron, he doesn't want to stick up for me because he's a weasel. He's a weasel. And I said, Ron, you're not defending me. Look, anybody could come out, like I just said with the women. Anybody could come out and say anything. We already know you were drinking with underage girls in the early 2000s. Once again, I said anything post 15 years ago was a free-for-all. I never did anything because I'm very respectful of women. I'm a Christian person, believe very strongly in the Christ who died for your sins, and I'm really dying for our country. I'm slowly dying. But I'm living, but I'm slowly dying, and I'll fight till my last breath for you people. But you look at Ron, and in the post I said, or a man could come out, or a man, and I've been predicting. I said on this very show, all the way back in November, I started this. I said Ron DeSantis and they're saying he's gay. We don't know if he's gay. And Ron, if you're watching, which I know you are. And I know your whole team is watching. You people are stalking. But look, if you're not gay, just come out and say you're not gay, okay? And I'll call you out on that debate stage. I'll say, look, Ron, if you're not a homosexual, and look, I have nothing against homosexuals, okay? I have nothing against the people, all the letters of the alphabet, okay? Whether you're an L, a G, a B, a T, a Q, all the new things, they're always adding new letters. That's another thing. Kids are pretending to be gay now. Put up that statistic. Bring up that statistic. 1 in every 5 Gen Z are gay. It's like all of a sudden everybody's gay. There be people that gay is in. I don't know. Maybe if I was that, I never really went with the crowd, but I could be saying I'm gay. I could be pretending to be gay too. I could be pretending, but it's a weird world we live in, but that's okay. I want everybody's support, all the letters, all the straights, the gays, everybody. But take a look at this clip all the way back in November. I called it. Take a look. Ron DeSantis is gay. I'm kidding. I'm just joking. Ron is not gay. As far as I know, Ron DeSantis, sometimes I call him Ron DeSanctimonious, right? Holier than thou. Some people call him Ron Jesus Christ DeSantis because he's so perfect, right? But I kid. Look, the guy is not a homosexual. And I joke. Not that there's anything wrong with that, to quote a famous Seinfeld episode. Okay, enough of that. But like I said, I've always got the intel. So look, Ron, if you're not gay, just come out and say you're not gay, okay? It's okay. We'll still love you. We'll still support you, and we won't see you any different. I mean, we'll know what you're doing. We'll know what you're doing with the penises, but look, it's okay. It's okay. What you do in the privacy of your own butthole and mouth and all the things, you hear a lot of things. Some people call it docking. You hear docking, right? Look it up if you don't know docking. Something to do with the penises. One is circumcised, one is not, and I don't want to say. And like I said, I don't judge, but I have some people telling me they've heard things about Ron docking. Okay, I don't know if he's the docker or the docky, but some people are saying he's docking. And look, like I said, it's okay. Okay, we still love you. We don't look at you any differently. It's really what matters is what's inside. And what's inside of you, Ron, is kind of a nerd, kind of a wannabe Trump, right? It's he's the tribute band, right? And nobody wants to go buy tickets to the tribute band when the actual band is still playing, and I'm still playing, and I'm playing so strongly, and I'm even playing in prison. I'm playing in jail, I'll be playing, and the people, I'll convince everybody in there to, I might start a gang. They've got the Crips, and of course the Bloods, right? The Crips and the Bloods, and my people are telling me if you wear your red tie, they'll think you're a Blood, and the Crips might get mad. Look, I'm going to bring them together. I'm going to unite the red and the blue in the jail, and I'm going to bring them together, and I'll be the leader of the gang. And I'm going to lead that gang so strongly, and I'm going to lead a revolt. And I said, people, my fans, I want you to protest. When I'm in there, I want you to protest. And, but peacefully, protest peacefully, very peacefully, okay? I mean, bring protection, bring whatever you can legally, whatever you can legally bring. I don't know what's legal, not legal. I don't know. Is Ron gay? I don't know what's legal, what's not legal, what is legal, what's like. I mean, what are laws? What are laws even? Okay, they're arresting me for doing nothing. I never put my pee-pee in Stormy, but I mean, it's sick, all right? It's so sick, but I'm still standing. And once again, if you support, click like and subscribe. And buy a Rap Snack, okay? Rap Snacks, this show is sponsored by Rap Snacks. Our regular listeners know, they know that, and they know it's so strongly. We're sponsored by Rap Snacks, as usual. I don't have the chips, as usual, because it was stolen from me by a little guy named Pepino. Some fans of the show know him. He's a regular, but we got to get them back. We got to get those Rap Snacks back, and I'm going to order a lot more, okay? I'm going to order a lot more. We're expanding from just Little Boosie to a lot of others. Well, Ricky Rose and his cheddar, right? Cheddar, okay? Great flavor cheddar. And, of course, we have last week we finalized a deal with Tech Deck. Tech decks are a great toy for children who want to skateboard, but they don't want to break their feet or their ankles or knees. Breaking feet, I don't know. People my age break their feet, but they don't want to get hurt. But, you know, nowadays you could be a professional skateboarder with just your fingers. Look at that. We call it Ollie. I just did it Ollie. And look at that. I landed it. They call it landed. And, you know, I have a great relationship with Tony Hawk, and he actually helped finalize this deal. And Tony's a great guy. So, folks, if you want to support this show, if you believe in freedom and you believe in Trump, which some could argue is really another synonym for freedom, Trump, buy a wonderful tech deck. You could design your own bottom of the board, and really, it's incredible. And buy my books. Think big, okay? Think big. Art of the Deal, a tremendous book. And look, I've been getting in touch with, they call it spirituality. I've been praying with the pastors and everything. And I've also been looking at the Dalai Lama for inspiration. Very centered guy, right? We call it centered. The guy is so centered. You see the Dalai Lama? You know, people like me, I'm all just concerned with deals and winning and fighting for our country. But so I've been studying Dalai Lama to learn how to be, you know, a little more calm. If a dying person follows the same religion as you, and for me it's Jesus so strongly, then remind them of the practices they are familiar with or help to rekindle their faith. At the time of death, the mind becomes less clear. Less clear. I think my mind will never become less clear. Even in death, I'm going to die and my soul is going to go up and I'll be doing, it's really incredible if you want to know the truth. it would be useless to encourage a dying person to practice something new or something that he is not used to. See, I don't even agree with that because you could always learn. You could always learn. You could always evolve like I'm evolving for our country. For our country. Once the gross consciousness has dissolved and a rising of the subtle consciousness has begun, the only thing that can help us is the strength of our spiritual training and the power of positive thoughts. That I could get. See, I love this guy. I would have added a few things like, crush your enemy totally, always win, always be fighting, and never show weakness, and always show strength and stamina. But it's good. It's good. I'll send one of these to Ron DeSantis. It'll help him. The guy's lost, okay? The guy's lost. But that's okay. We'll pray for Ron, okay? We'll pray, right? Let's look at the prayer. Dear God, please help Ron DeSantis be less of a nerd and wake up and realize that the George Soros-funded country, really our country, is being royally screwed. And so please take back our country and let my jail stay be speedy and win big. And really, but honestly, I'm not even that mad because it's helping me in the polls. A lot of exposure. And really, jail it makes me cool. It makes me cool. You see, I've lived a full life. Very few people have done. I've heard myself compared to a guy like O.J. Simpson. And look, O.J.'s not good. Murdering people is not good. But if you look at a life, most people, they meet a woman, they get married, they have a few kids, maybe they have a passion, and then they die. Me, I was born a millionaire. I became a billionaire. And then I lost it all, and then I came back, and then I lost it again, and then I came back. I married beautiful women. I made beautiful children. Then I became a television star, and I was always a star, but I became a television star. And then I became president. I was persecuted so bigly with fake investigations. Then I lost. Some could say it was stolen. I don't know. I don't want to get kicked off YouTube, but now I'm back, and now they're arresting me. It's like I've lived a full life. I've lived such a full life. I've done so much. Love me or hate me, I've done a lot of shit, okay? Then you got OJ, right? Born in the projects. And once again, I identify with OJ. Not the murder. But I think the blacks are seeing me more and more like them. They claim unfairness by law enforcement. Nobody's treated more unfairly than me by law enforcement. That I can tell you. And we support them. We support them so strongly, but nobody's treated me more unfairly than the law enforcement. But OJ became a big football star. Heisman Trophy, college athlete, winner. All the women like me, except for Stormy. Then he becomes even more famous for the murder. Then he gets out, lives this crazy life. Then he gets arrested while he's in jail for 9 to 33 years for stealing his own stuff. So unfair. Just as outrageous as the getting off for murder is the conviction for stealing your own stuff. And then while he's in jail, FX does a series about him, wins all the Emmys. Then ESPN does a documentary, 30 for 30. He's sitting in jail. He's winning Oscars. And now he's out. He's on Twitter. He's drinking pina coladas. He's lived a full life, okay? Put moral judgments aside. Put all the, whatever you want to do aside. We've lived full lives, okay? Then you got somebody like Ron DeSantis. Typical person. He does some speeches, very scripted. He signs his bills. Then you got somebody like Joe. I think even Joe's lived a fuller life because Joe has slept his way into success. And I don't mean like how women do, like allegedly his VP Kamala. I mean Joe is very lucky because he hasn't gotten where he's gotten from skill. He's sort of just sleepwalked his way into the presidency. And like I said in that Truth Social Truth, all Joe does is eat, sleep, and shit. And they're very worried because I'm unstoppable. I'm a freaking force of nature, okay? Believe me. Now, folks, I was asleep last night, and I don't sleep much, okay? I sleep maybe 20 minutes a night. At the most 3 hours. I've never slept more than 3 hours because I'm too busy to sleep, okay? When you've got so many enemies, so many haters and losers who want to destroy our country, you have to be awake. You have to be awake because they could take you out in their sleep. And believe me, they want to kill me, okay? Let's be frank. Let's be very honest. They're in meetings right now. How do we kill him? Do we poison him? Do we trip him? Look, tripping is a way to kill Sleepy Joe. If I trip, slip, and fall, nobody falls like I fall. I land, and I land very strongly, and I won't die that way. So they're planning and plotting, and I don't know if they're going to Epstein me in jail. Let me just say this. If I end up dead in jail, which is a possibility, I did not kill myself, okay? They're going to shut those cameras off. Once again, keep me in your prayers, and keep me in your prayers very strongly, because they're not holding anything back again, because they don't, like I just said, I'm an unstoppable force, really, truly. I really am, okay? And it melts their minds. It melts their brains. I broke a lot of people's brains, but look, that's okay. So anyways, I was asleep last night for 20 minutes, and I had this crazy dream. I had a crazy dream that in jail, I turned ghetto or hood, right? And I got out, and so I wanted to show you people my dream. So I hired a couple actors. We got a great studio in Hollywood, and we recreated to a T what happened in my dream. And I want to show you this dream. Hired a great guy, Jason Scoop, so talented, handsome, like me. He does the voice. He impersonates me like it's uncanny. You see him, and it's like, who is it? Is that Trump or is it Scoop? We don't know, but take a look. And he did a great job, and I want you people to see this.
I mean, really, it's unbelievable. New York City's got me tight. Got me so tight. Going to jail it's messed me up. Okay? It's messed me up. This guy knows. They let me get one Lucy. Come here. What's your name? We love this guy. Do we love this guy? We love this guy. Let me get one Lucy, and I'll appoint you as my Secretary of State, okay? This man is a wonderful person. What's your name, sir?
Huh? Tony.
What's your name, Tony? Do we love Tony? Tony, I said I wanted a Lucy, right? We call it Lucy. And he starts laughing. And he's laughing and laughing. And look, I was president, and I'll bring you back. When I get into office, I'm going to put you in the office. I'm going to make you Secretary of State. It's going to be Tony, sent around the world. And we love Tony. Come here, Tony. Come here, Tony. Come here. We love this guy. Let me tell you something, Tony. Let me tell you something. Let's put a nice 5, right? They call it 5. You see that 5, that wonderful 5, Abraham Lincoln. He freed the slaves, Abraham Lincoln. And believe me, I did a lot more for the African Americans than Abraham Lincoln. I did a lot more, right? Tell the people, look into that camera. I did a lot more than Abe Lincoln. But believe me, we're going to come back, and we're going to come back so strongly. And this guy goes, come here. Come here.
Look at that. Even in my dreams, I'm doing more than anyone for the African American population. And really, that just shows where my heart is. It's in helping the people. And I'm doing a giant rally on Saturday. And I don't know if I'm going to be arrested before or after. Perhaps we'll have to record our next episode from the penitentiary. But if we have to do it, we'll do it. We'll find a way, right? We'll find a way. Goes back to the Dalai Lama. Think positive thoughts. Power of positive thinking. And we think so positively, that I could tell you. And folks, on that note, I want to thank you for watching this very special episode. The ratings are through the roof. Like I said, billions and billions and billions of viewers. And don't forget, once again, to click like and subscribe. Smash that like button and smash it so strongly. Just as strongly as I'm taking back our country. And really, just share the show. Comment below. Let us know what you think, you wonderful patriots. And we'll see you next week, whether it's from here or inside a jail cell. I don't know. But we like that suspense, don't we? It's called suspense. Because at the end of the day, more than anything, I'm a showman. And the show rolls on. The show must go on. No matter what, till my dying breath, the show must go on. Folks, thanks for watching. And we'll see you next week. So many deals.